The Spanish word for today is limpia. Limpia, to clean. Welcome to Chile Expat family. It is May 5th, I think. Yep. Today, 2018. I am doing part of my annual maintenance on my solar system. And what does that entail? That means I got to clean the solar panels. That's really kind of all I really need to do. Those solar panels, if you look at them, are kind of dirty here on the end. Can you see my finger?
Yeah.
Here on the end, you can see where the dirt runs off them. That's because we have a road in front of our house, and the dust travels, even though it's a good ways away, over time for the whole summer. So in wintertime, I wash them. In springtime, I'll wash them. Now today, I'll go up there and I'll soap them up really good with my scrub brush and an extension pole. I'm not up there with a Scotch-Brite or anything. It's just a scrub brush and some dish soap. That's really all you need. Nothing industrial strength. Right now, because they're dirty, it reduces the productivity, efficiency of the panels by about 25%. And we really see that. We have a shorter day that we have electricity available. Okay, so you get to watch me do that. Soap them, scrub them, rinse them, and that's kind of it. And it's supposed to rain when, Lori?
Tonight.
It's supposed to rain tonight, and it'll rinse them. Let me tell you, it'll rinse them all night long, pretty strong. It is May here, as I said, and I think it's 70 something, but Lori says it's in the 60s. My thermostat's broken, but hers is probably more broken than mine. It's a husband and wife thing, if you know what I mean. Well, what happens is it rains a whole lot here, so in the evening it rinsed off the panels really quite well. I had a hard time getting the garden hose to use enough pressure to get up to the top of the panels. What I eventually did was tie the garden hose to the end of the scrub brush and use that to extend it out over the panels. But my cameraman became very distracted throughout the whole video, and I'm up there working, and they're down there playing with the dog and sudsing up and getting all crazy with the bubbles, my little helper guy. I want to give you a quick overview on my system because some people don't know what it is and what it's about. I have 6 panels on the roof, which you can see right here in this photo. I have 600 amp hour batteries, 100 amp hour batteries, which are stored underneath the cabin that you're looking at in a box that's insulated with sitting on a wooden pallet, so they aren't on concrete. Never put batteries on concrete, bad idea. I have a 1500 watt inverter, which right now is a loaner. It's a contact. I talk about that a little bit later. And I have a kind of a chintzy control panel. Oh, there my camera person went over to the dog playing with the garden hose. Also, my system is a 24 volt system. Solar systems come in factors of 12, so 12 volt, 24 volt, 48 volt, 72 volt, whichever. The bigger the voltage, the smaller your cabling needs to be. Okay, but there's some real big. Here I am trying to spring water up there, and it's like me peeing on it almost, not working so good. So the higher the voltage, the smaller your cables need to be, and cables are real expensive because they're copper. They're less thick when it's higher voltage. So higher voltage is much more efficient if you can do it. My druthers would be for my new system to be a 48 volt system, and I may do that. I need to look at it and do some other things. As far as my maintenance goes on the system, you see me doing the main thing, which is washing the panels. I do this twice a year. The batteries are sealed, so I open up the box and look at them, and they're the batteries, and that's kind of the maintenance that I have to do. Make sure no mice ate anything or anything like that. I didn't show that because I climbed under there a couple of weeks ago, and everything was fine. But the other thing is you also need to make sure that the inverters, fans are nice and clean. They're not clogged with dust or anything like a computer fan would be clogged. Some really nice systems have filters over their fans, and you can clean those out. There's Sophie playing again here, but so we had a nice sunny day to do the job. I usually do this in the rain, as I said before. Oh, here we go. Cameraman slipped. He wasn't watching me. Watching my helper, who is playing in the bubbles. I usually do clean the panels in the rain because the rain rinses the panels, but in either case you need to do it once or twice a year, at least probably let's say twice a year. Other thing is I would put the panels much lower to the ground with my next system, which I describe later on, and that's because I won't have to climb a ladder. Nobody likes climbing ladders. They do need to be high enough that you aren't going to hit them with a lawnmower or a weed eater or a flying rock or a kid throwing a toy or something like that. So, okay, back to our regular scheduled movie. Here we go. Okay, well, there's the system right there. The other third of the system. You have panels on the roof, and then the panels come into the charge controller, which is a check valve which keeps electricity from going from the batteries, which are down below us, back up to the solar panels. What will happen is at night, well, in the daytime the power comes down, goes in the batteries, but at night, if there's not a check valve, which is the controller, charge controller, it will take the electricity out of the batteries and put them back in to warm the panels, to do the exact opposite of what they're doing now. And then they come out of the batteries and into our inverter. This is a Contec or Cotec pure sine wave inverter. If you see one of these, don't buy it. This is a 1500 watt inverter. I had a 2000 watt inverter. It's okay. I have a new 4000 watt inverter which I haven't installed yet. The reason is, what's missing? What's wrong with this picture? Okay, well, we got breakers there, but look, there's no disconnect from the solar panels up above. There's no disconnect for the batteries. There's no DC fuses, and there's no disconnect from here over to the house other than the breakers. And the breakers are okay, but if I get a back feed through that line, it toasts that immediately, which is exactly what happened with my 2000 watt inverter, pretty sure. My little charge controller's a piece of junk, but it's all mine. They're like $30. I'll zoom in on it, you can see it. A piece of junk. The charge, not so good. Trying to get it to focus on it. Okay, so it's making good electricity at 27.4 volts right now. It's not, there's no load on the system at all right now because and you see these little things here, right here. That's like how full is your tank, sort of thing. The smiley face. That's about as comprehensive as it gets for that charge controller. In other words, it's a piece of junk, but it's all my piece of junk. It's paid for, so I like to get a nice midnight classic and put in there where I can monitor things. So anyways, there's my solar system, and it's working fine. Okay, and I cleaned out upstairs and I washed those panels off, and my panels are all, I washed the panels up on the roof, which is a major brouhaha. So advice from me on solar panels, don't put them on the roof of your house if you can't get to them easy. I can't, I'm getting older, so for me it would be much smarter, and the next solar system I have, and I do plan on buying another solar system, God willing, will be where I can reach them. I'm thinking a roof maybe this tall, okay, not 10 feet up, 12 feet up, so I can just stand on the ground with the scrubby brush and a garden hose and try to do it. I've probably done better if I had a pressure pump on my water system for just the garden hose, but I don't, which is fine by me. It does what I need with gravity feed. But let me come over here where you can see real quick. The top of my water tower, which is over there, my beautiful water tower. I love my water tower. Jim and Lori's Power and Water System. Serving Chiriuco proper since 2014. Yeah, the top of my water tower, the level of the water up there is right almost the top of the roof of my cabana. So anyways, and here's my cabana. Some of you may have seen this before, I'm sure, on my other videos. Here, I'll walk out where you can get it. Okay, solar panels on the top, 6 of them. Wish I had 20 of them. Are they sufficient for what I need for wintertime here? No. You really want to learn about solar
power, go to Justin Case Solar. He's in Aussie land, Australia, and he's really smart and he's a really good guy. Old salty farmer, knows his stuff, knows his electricity. But not only that, he's really made solar systems his bread and butter of hobbies. He really loves it, and he knows his stuff. He can tell you what needs to be done, and he'll tell you what he told me about my system. And he's right. Is I need fuses in all of the connections from the batteries all the way up to the panels, and I don't have them, DC fuses. So that's what I get for having a Chilean guy that didn't really know what he's doing install it, but I didn't either. But yeah, you live, you learn. Life's an experience. I learned from my mistakes. I was in a hurry to buy the system because I needed electricity. I'll tell you, that power line right there, they want it 5,500, something like that, 5,000, 2,000, I can't remember. And just to connect to that. And that solar system was 4,700. I might get my numbers a little dyslexiated there, but if I do, no big deal. Either way, I was saving money, okay? I would have saved more money had I known about the fuses and not had to buy another inverter, which is what I've done. But you live, you learn. I'm a little stupid. I got rocks for brains. So anyhow, I guess to summarize a little bit, I sure do appreciate you watching my videos. I'm trying to do more videos for you on the culture here and how things work with healthcare and things like that. I did my hospital video if you haven't seen that. So please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and recommend me to your friends and farm animals. I would really appreciate it. Like to grow my channel a little bit. I'm not an entertainment channel. It won't be all flashy, buttery, sweet, and clean. It is just, I try to give you the facts and just show you what the beauty is here in the lifestyle that I have. I live in the country, I don't live in the city. So that's what you're getting. You want city life? There's another channel in Chile. He's really good, John Gross. I recommend you go see him. If you want to see what being a homesteader is, not a prepper, I don't prep. I just live life like I should, independent and self-sufficient. Then you're at the right place. I guess there's a fine line between prepping and homesteading, but anyhow, that's what I do. And no apologies, just it is. Okay? Ciao from Chile Expat family. Hope you all are having a nice spring up there. We're having a beautiful winter or fall. The rains have started already. You can see by the you can see by the puddles we're getting in the driveway, and some of the leaves are coming off the trees too. So ciao from Chile Expat family, and you guys have a nice weekend. Ciao from Chile Expat.